Today is Tuesday, April 27th, 28th, and this is Brigham Cook farm in Ryrie, Idaho. Today I'm out just looking at some of our winter wheat fields. It's been a kind of a late spring for us. This is a field we drilled last fall, but we usually were done with all of our spring work by now, and it's up and growing, but this year it's just barely starting to poke out of the ground, so I haven't spent much time looking at it other than see if it's come out of the ground or not yet. Probably drive by a couple fields later today. Right now it's kind of windy, so I'll do most of this from the pickup. Hope it's not too shaky and whatnot. One thing about Idaho is if it's not windy, it's because it's always windy in Idaho. Anyways, so far, winter wheat this spring has looked pretty good to us. We've had pretty good rain or two that have really helped it along. It's a little bit slow getting into the spring work of putting on the fertilizer and stuff, but for the most part it's looked pretty good. Anyways, I'll try getting out and walking across the field here in a little bit, see what it looks like. We have a few places along the edges that look like got winter killed, but in this field we decided it probably wasn't enough of it to make it worth coming out and re-drilling it. Just a little bit about the area. It's, like I said, it's a small town called Ryrie, Idaho. It's in the potato growing part of the world, so we grow potatoes and we grow grain. Right now we're just getting started planting potatoes, and we are hoping to get started on our dry farm wheat also. We planted about 100 acres. We'll plant about 1,800 acres of dry farm spring wheat, and we farm we farm a total of about 3,000 acres, 3,500 acres, 700 acres of potatoes, and 1,800 acres of dry farm spring wheat, and then the rest of it's a mixture of spring wheat irrigated and hard red winter wheat irrigated. Good year for us is about 40 bushels of hard red spring on the dry farm and 110 to 120 on the hard red spring irrigated, and 140 or so on our hard red winter wheat. We grow some soft white. We didn't this year, mostly just because of the price. We have the ability here to grow about any kind of wheat you want, and we can grow a lot of barley. We personally don't grow any barley, but a lot of our neighbors do. But other than that, we really don't have many crop options. So we grow wheat and potatoes, but it's pretty good rotation for us. Our rotation is 2 years of wheat on our irrigated, and then a year of potatoes, and that's kind of a basic overview of what we do. We'll start watering probably 2 weeks. Oftentimes we're watering by this time of the year, but like I said earlier, we've had a couple pretty good rainfalls this spring, so we haven't had to get out and water it as quick as we sometimes do, but it's also pushed us back. Usually we start planting on our dry farm about the 8th to the 12th of this month of April. But this year first we drilled was yesterday, so we're a few weeks behind. Our potatoes are a few days behind, and anyways, not a lot more to say about it other than that. So probably all I record until now, because like I said, it's windy enough out here today that you probably couldn't hear anything anyways.